Hell no, it's doing it.
Hey. So we are still here at Tempe, Arizona, and going live with Valors Veterans Community of Arizona. Yep, here we go. Moving tribute. So we just had some people come in. So does anyone mind going on live real quick?
Sure.
Come on.
What am I doing?
We're going live. How was it?
Hot.
So what brought you out today?
I've been helping out Ro here for now since he started the Valors.
Yeah, Ro is awesome.
Yeah, he is, and so he does so much for the community, and I was just happy to be out here and volunteer.
Yeah, so I know Ro, but I actually flew all the way out from Kentucky to be here today.
Right.
Yeah, to support him. So that's awesome. So how was the walk?
Yeah, it was nice. I mean, it was like I said, we got to all kind of bond and talk about our stories and what brought us out here, and then just kind of.
She used to be with RWB Louisville.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
So that's kind of how we got to know each other, and so
yeah.
now I'm doing a podcast, and so this is a little bit about just us going live with the podcast.
Sounds great.
So how was the actual walk? I mean, other than
hot. No, like I said, it was good. Yeah, it was good. It was a good, enjoyable day. Like I said, it was a nice, reflective moment. We got some fun. I got to talk to some people and wave at some kids and take some pictures.
Yeah, a lot of Hong Kong. Hang on, can you do that again? A lot of. I like it.
Hike junkies. We're hikers.
Oh, yay! Yeah. So if you all are with any other organizations, we love to share it along and stuff like that. So.
Yeah.
But,
so I started out with Ro with RWB, and then when he started his own, then I kind of jumped ship with him and just kind of been with, not necessarily jump ship, but you know what I'm saying.
No. Hello, I'm here.
You
know what I mean? And I'm doing this podcast now, and so the whole point of our podcast is to try to get other veteran service organizations out there, because we've been a part of a lot of different organizations, and they kind of get big for their britches.
Well, yesterday we did the Verado Victory Steps out in Verado, actually, and we teamed up. Hike Junkies teamed up with RWB, so all of us were out there.
And I'm not a vet, but my husband is a vet.
Okay, but what is Hike Junkies? Because we love to hear about. No, come on, you're wearing the shirt. Come on, what is it?
We are hardcore hiking addicts.
That's awesome.
Hiking addicts.
So is that?
We do all kinds of activities outside. We'll do hikes, obviously, but we'll do paddleboarding, kayaking.
Now we combine it with
I'm a big kayak fan. I like that.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, next time I'm out here, maybe. But
how about these boys?
Yeah,
that's like how'd it go? All right. If he says no.
So I'm a Navy veteran. I've been with the U.S. Navy now for the reserves. I was 4 years active duty, 11 years with the reserves. That too. I actually joined right after 9/11 too. So yeah.
Rose got jokes in the background, but I'm gonna get him on camera here in a minute.
And then his son is also Navy. His dad is Army, and he had a family member at 9/11 at the World Trade Center.
Oh wow. Okay.
And then these guys can tell their story.
Anybody? Yeah, come on up.
I'm Chris. I'm the lead for Tucson, or Valors Tucson, and I'm an Army veteran. Yeah, just came out here to support Valors and everybody in remembrance for 9/11.
And he was kind enough to give Blaze and I a ride back to the hotel to cool off, because my service dog was getting a little overheated. So, but who are you all? Because you're here, we got to ask. Okay, all right. There we go.
Hello, what's this?
This is a live podcast.
Oh, live podcast.
Okay.
Yeah, so I do a veteran podcast with a buddy of mine.
Oh, nice.
But so, who are you all, and what do you do, and what brought you here?
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Michael. I'm Group Sales Account Executive with Phoenix Rising, the soccer club. This is Kimberly, also our Group Sales Account Executive. This is our first season with Phoenix Rising. We got to know Ro back in February, March, and then we've just been heavily involved with the veteran community. We think it's important to be involved in whatever you guys have going on. So that's what we're here for today.
So are you mad that I'm from Louisville?
No.
You're a little mad? It's okay. We call own it. Just own it. It's okay. It's okay. But no, I really appreciate you all being out here. I love Ro. I met him through another organization and stuff like that. So it's awesome to see other people coming out and supporting.
Yeah, 100%. We're here to support Just put the word out about our 2024 season coming up. So
Oh yeah. So anything major? Anything you got? Any good? What are those captain bands you got in
they're
there?
captain armbands. Just if you want one, feel free to take it.
Ooh. Will my buddy Willis is gonna be jealous. Look at me, I'm getting swag.
Take as many as you want.
Oh. All right, I got you, Willis.
Yep.
All right, I'll take one more. All right. Yeah. So they're like captain armbands. That's so awesome. All right, let me go snag Ro before he like beats feet out of here. All right, Ro.
You know, we rubbing elbows with motherfucking politicians out there and shit. Trying to get us those government contacts and stuff, you know?
Can you stop packing for a second?
What's up, girl?
Because listen, if it weren't for you, I wouldn't be out here. And if it weren't for you, I wouldn't be out here because I also, well, let's just say you've helped me out over Rabbit Hole more than once.
Nice.
So,
You're welcome.
can you just speak a little bit about your organization and like what made you do this?
Actually, a suicide temp 8 years ago. I was actually up on top of South Mountain. Within 3 days, I lost my computer repair shop. My girlfriend left me, and my car got totaled all within 3 days. So you can imagine, you know. And it was just, you know, I had just gotten divorced like 2-3 years before that and stuff. So I mean, shit all happened.
It literally hit the fan all at once.
I mean, and it comes in threes, right? You
Yeah.
know, so, you know, and sometimes, you know, I had never really thought about it until like maybe a few months ago and stuff. You know, I get why, you know, veterans get to that dark hole, that dark space and stuff like that, where they see that, you know, there's no, it's like the harder you try, the farther you fall, you know, and
It's a great way to put it.
yeah, it's I mean, and there isn't a situation veteran that they've gone through that I haven't gone through myself. So I've been to the top and I've been to the bottom twice. I've been homeless twice, and both times because of you know, I've lost my business and stuff like that. So being able, you know, and that day I was out there to pull the trigger. My daughter called me 2 seconds before I pulled the trigger. You know, and she's like, "Dad, Dad, you want to hear some good news?" I said, "Baby, any news is good news." And mind you, I have a granddaughter already.
Yeah.
You know, but when she told me she was going to have my grandson, that hit me like a bag of bricks. And for whatever reason, the first thing that popped into my mind was I heard my grandson talking to another little boy, and the little boy asked him, "What does your grandpa do?" And he goes, "Oh, he pulled the trigger on himself." And I'm like, that's the day I figured out my why and my purpose. My why is to leave a legacy for my grandson. My purpose is, how do I keep my brothers and sisters from going down the rabbit hole? You know, how do we prevent that and stuff like that? So, you know, I started volunteering in the veteran community. So I volunteer with everybody, you know, Team Red, White, and Blue, Mission Continues, Team Rubicon, everybody, Wounded Warrior, everything. And then I stuck with Team Red, White, and Blue.
Yeah.
You know, and we started, you know, I started out as a veteran engagement coordinator, and then I wanted to be in the social director. You know, so make a long story short, you know, I didn't see eye to eye with the chapter captain, so I resigned because pretty much I had a couple other veterans say, "You know what, Ro, what you want to do, you know, you're doing it already. Why don't you just start your own organization?"
Yeah.
You know, so it took me a whole 30 seconds to figure it out, and you know, next thing you know, the next day I'm at the Arizona Commission applying for a name for my organization, and got online and got an EIN number. And just so you guys know, if you ever want to start your own nonprofit, Google's your best friend, because literally all you got to do is Google whatever question that you're looking for. You'll usually find it because somebody else already asked it and stuff like that. So, you know, if you'd have told me 5 years ago when I started where we would be at now, there's no way in hell I would even imagine how blessed we've been these 5 years. And mind you, COVID actually helped us, actually put us on the map more, because everybody else shut down, but we were still out there. So while everybody was shut down, we were doing bike rides at Tempe Town Lake. We were at Rio Vista out on the west side doing bike rides. We started doing, people are like, well, what if we did golf? Because you had
Yeah.
the social distance. So somebody brought up the great idea. It's like, why don't we golf? Like,
There's a phone right there.
That's
next thing you know,
awesome.
like, and that's the thing. Like, if a
PGA Hope, are you listening? You could keep doing
well,
it.
I mean, we partner up with them
Yeah.
guys. We work with them guys. And that's the one thing that's funny is, I've been blessed to work with Travis Mannion and all these other great organizations. That we've all worked together as a team, just like in the military. Air Force, Navy, Marines, Army.
I want you to keep talking, but I want to show the back of this shirt. Because here's the thing that Willis and I say. We say one veteran at a time. And right there on the back of the shirt
And see, my
is
motto,
engaging veterans one event at a time.
that's our old motto. Our new motto is connecting veterans, and resources. But I also have another hashtag.
Oh.
It's one team, one fight.
Yeah.
Because we're all on the same team. We're
Yeah.
all trying to help veterans. The thing is, there's certain organizations that they want to hold that veteran, for themselves and stuff. And I'm like, if we can better a veteran by connecting them with 5 other organizations and
yeah.
figure out their niche,
Yeah.
we're doing them a favor.
Yeah.
You're doing them a disservice by not offering these other organizations, because not everybody, we can get them to come out.
Yeah.
But the thing is, what will make them keep coming out?
That's our
and
big
that's
thing
what's
with
most important is we want them to keep coming out, whether it's myself or another organization or whatever they feel comfortable with.
or like we just were talking about with the soccer team or something like that. Like, there's so many different things and there's so many different organizations, and we don't want to pigeonhole ourselves.
Exactly.
But some places do, and that's one of the reasons that Willis and I are doing this podcast is we don't want to pigeonhole.
Yeah.
And I love the conversation that we had, and I know when we first talked, it was kind of like, I'm in a weird place, and you were like, if you make it out, I got you, and you 100% did. So talk about somebody that is true to his word. I can't appreciate you enough, brother. Like I've loved you the moment I met you.
And that's the thing, because I've been in your shoes. I've been in that dark place, so I understand. And that's the best help you can ever get is a peer-to-peer.
Oh. Yeah.
And that's the thing that, I've noticed since I started working at the VA is, a lot of these doctors are civilian doctors. What I noticed, and trust me, I'm not a combat veteran. I never will claim to be one, but what I noticed was the language barrier between being a veteran and letting a doctor know about a 5-ton and humping with the grunts and this and that. And he looked at me with the deer with it, so he had no clue what. So I literally had to break it down into regular English to let him know. But I'm like, now I get why combat veterans get so frustrated and upset, because it's like they're talking to the wall, because the doctor doesn't understand what they're saying.
Right.
Only another veteran's going to understand what they're saying. And it's a complete different language. That's like if I was to go in there and speak Spanish to that doctor, what's he going to do? Hey, can you give me a translator? Well, combat veterans, they don't have a translator to go in there and speak on behalf of them and make or let the doctor know what they're going through, what they're feeling with, all the emotions and stuff like that, what they're struggling with, and that's the hardest part. And just like a kid, when a kid can't speak to you.
Yeah.
That's why they cry, because they're just trying to get your attention. Hopefully you can figure out
you
what
go
they're
through,
trying to say.
Yeah, okay, we're like, let's do diaper, let's do food, let's do whatever.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I truly cannot thank you enough. This is the first time I've taken a trip for myself, and I don't know how many years.
Now I told you, man, you got to do it at least once a year. Whether it's 2-3 days or, even during the week, take 1 hour, 2 hours on a Saturday or Sunday. Do what you love to do. And you'll be surprised how much stress you help yourself with that you're getting rid of just because you're at that happy place for whether it's 10 or 15 minutes or 2-3 hours. Make time for yourself, because guess what? Life is too short. Life will pass you up in 10 seconds. Trust me, I have 3 adult kids. I have a 32, a 34, and a 20-year-old.
Wow.
And you younger veterans that are out there, make time to spend time with your kids, because before you know it, you're going to blink your eyes and your kids are going to be off being successful, doing their own thing and stuff like that. And you're going to just have memories of when they were young, and you're like, damn, when you see a young kid, or the kids when your kids were that age and stuff, and you're gonna be like, I should have took advantage of more time and instead of being stuck at work or making work a priority. Always make your kids a priority and stuff,
That's
'Cause
always been my
you
biggest
can,
thing. And like Willis will even say, like he's even on there saying, "Amen, amen." Like that's the one thing I don't mess around with is my kids. Like
yeah,
don't mess with my kids, man.
and that's the one thing with some of these veterans too. It's like they're the first examples for their kids.
Yeah.
I deal with homeless veterans, stuff like that. I had a veteran, Marine veteran. He has two teenage kids. They're staying in the car with him.
Say bye. Say bye.
He has a son and a daughter, 12 and 13, 14 years old.
Yeah.
And literally, I brought this guy into tears because I'm like, dude, you know that you're the first example for your daughter in the way that you're treating your daughter, showing your daughter. That's what she's going to think is normal for guys to treat her that way, to have her staying in the car, mistreating her and stuff. That's not normal. That's not right to treat your kid like that.
Yeah.
Like you do not, and he felt like super. And I'm like, now you know why your ex-wife or your wife doesn't want you to see your kids. Who wants their kids staying in the car with their spouse or ex-spouse?
Right.
What kind of example is that?
Right.
Like, no, never in a million years would I ever do that to my kids.
Set the
Now,
example.
anybody else that's out there, like, man, take care of your kids, because guess what? You can go through husbands, wives, boyfriends, girlfriends, but guess what? You're always going to be dad. You're always going to be mom to your kids. So be the best example, be the best person you can for your kids, because they will always love you unconditionally. But unless you treat them like crap,
Well,
then that's a
of
whole
course. I mean,
different ball
yeah.
game and stuff. And that's the one thing that I've been blessed. I might have fucked up a lot of other shit.
I fucked up a lot of shit, but I am so grateful for my children.
I've been super, super blessed to have two 30-year-olds making six figures, 20-year-old that's on his way.
Holy crap.
So, that's the one thing I've been blessed with. And I take super, super proud because my daughter's perfect example. She was 16 when she got pregnant. She bought her first house at 18 years old.
Wow.
So, for her to get pregnant at 16 and be where she's at now, and have a nice ass house with a 10 seat movie theater in their house and stuff. It's ridiculous. My oldest son lives in Lakeside, California, on top of a mountain, in like $1 million house. So I'm like, man,
You did something right.
it was. I give more credit to their mom than myself. But at the same time, I'm glad I was tough on them when I was tough on them. And now they understand why I was tough on them.
Yeah.
Because there's one thing to be abusive, and there's a whole nother thing to give tough love, or to be.
I say
that
strict.
person.
That's what I tell my girls. Like I'm being strict because I want to teach you the right.
And that's the thing. If we didn't give a shit, we would let you do what you want.
Yeah.
But that's not what it's about. Because guess what? A lot of parents nowadays, they want to be their kid's friend. You're not their fucking friends. You're their parent. Be their parent first.
Yep.
When they get in their 20s and 30s, you can be their friend all you want. But as long as they're in your household and stuff like that, like, be the parent.
They know.
Because so many kids nowadays are the parents, and the parents are the kids.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
No. And so that's my biggest thing is, so whenever I pick up one of my kids from like a sleepover, and they're like, they were angels. They were absolutely respectful. And I was like, okay, there might be little twats in front of me every now and then, because kids will be. It's okay.
Oh, yeah, your mom.
Yeah, exactly. But the fact that they're doing it in the right place at the right time, and never had any issue at school or anything like that.
Yeah.
But anyways, I just want to thank you again before we head out. Do me a favor. Give a little bit about your organization and how they can contact you, because we always like to put it out there.
If you're in the state of Arizona, we're strictly in Arizona. Sorry, we're not national, because my thing is to stay focused locally. Number one, because that's how you make the biggest impact. Number one, our website is vvcazvets.org. We're on LinkedIn, we're on Instagram, Facebook. We have a group and we have a page. So the group is for Arizona veterans. The page is for the general public. So if you go to the page, you'll see our general public, so the whole nation can look at and check us out and see what we're doing and stuff like that. But the group is strictly for veterans in Arizona because all the resources that I have are here in Arizona. And that's where I excel at because I know I have the contacts and all that stuff to help them.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, he's selling himself short because he knows a lot more than that. But at the same time, like we always say on Homefront Sit Rep, like reach out to Willis or I, and I'll reach out to Roe, and then reach out to his contacts. And we don't want to leave a veteran behind. Never ever do we want to leave a veteran behind.
Please. And my phone's on 24/7.
So
that's the thing. So I mean, and I've picked up veterans in the middle of the night and got them out of situations where we got them into a safe place, where
or just talking.
They could
just venting.
Yeah.
So
so yeah.
So reach out to our website. We're gonna put all the details and everything like that when we broadcast this, or in the comments. But Ro, I'm gonna hug you on screen because I love you.
Love you too. I'm glad you came out too.
No, I can't thank you enough.
Yeah,
all right.
You needed that time,
Oh, I so needed this time. So
yeah, and that's the whole point, like you have to come unwind. You have to take that time, and even if it's back home, check into a hotel for the weekend. Turn off your phone. Number one, do a digital. I call it digital detox because I do it myself. I do it once a month.
Do you hear that, Willis? It's okay to do a digital detox because he was on my ass this morning.
Yeah, and like, do it, man. Like, just if you want to veg out and watch TV for 48 hours, do that. You want to go to the movies and then go have dinner with friends and go hang out and do whatever and stuff. Do it, because if you don't do it, it's never going to get done.
Yeah.
And then you're bitching and moaning, you're griping and bitching and all that stuff, and it's like, well, you bring it upon yourself. So
that's true. It's true.
You have nobody to complain, but look in the mirror, hold yourself accountable. Because I do that shit all the time. Because sometimes I have to do it. Because that's literally what I did after I tried to commit suicide. I came back and I looked in the mirror and I talked to myself for almost 45 minutes. And like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? And literally, I had to have that one-on-one talk to myself. I mean, it sounds crazy.
No,
but,
I get it.
If you look at yourself and you see the expression that you have and you look into your eyes, literally look into you will be shocked what you see.
Yeah.
It's amazing what you see.
Well, thank you so much. I really cannot thank you enough.
No, you're welcome and stuff. And reach out. Whatever you need. If I can help, I'm there for you.
All right. Well, we'll probably have you on like another podcast or something like that just to follow up and see what you're up to. Any big events.
Well, I mean,
if we can help broadcast it, what I mean.
I plan with my next goal within the next 5 years, bigger, better things, and one of them is to find temporary housing for single families that have kids and stuff, and get them into temporary housing to get them off the street, because that is like one of the biggest resources that we do not have in the state of Arizona.
So I know for sure that was one of the things that Willis was working on in Louisville, and one of the reasons he left a certain organization is that they just dropped the ball. So homelessness is definitely up our wheelhouse. So anything we can do to help broadcast and bring anything.
And that's the thing. I actually went to go work for another nonprofit out because I wanted to find out about the homeless veteran situation here. And I was shocked to find out how many homeless veterans we have that are 100%, but they choose to be homeless because they want to do drugs and alcohol and mess with the women and do all that stuff. And I'm like, you know what? That's fine in Jim Dandy. You can take care of yourself. I'm looking for the guys that are 10, 20, 30%. They get $100, $300 a month. They lost their job. Yeah. They got something happened within the family, a death in the family, medical bill popped up, or whatever it is and stuff. Those are the guys I focus on.
Yeah. So
because those guys are trying to help themselves. So, I can't help somebody that doesn't want to help themselves.
So I'm putting it out there, but this is the first time I'm putting it out there. I failed to go through the VA. And all of a sudden, my ex-wife, said, "You're not allowed home anymore." So I was at 0%, not allowed in the house anymore. So I was homeless. And I tried and I tried and I tried and I tried. Couldn't get any help.
Why not?
Well, first off, it sucks being a female.
Did you go enroll in the VA?
I did.
And so you're enrolled in the VA now?
I am now enrolled in the VA, and I am now getting compensation, and I'm now with Social Security disability.
Okay. But that whole time.
That whole time.
Before then?
I was sleeping out of my car and couch surfing.
And the reason behind that was why?
They said
No. The reason behind you.
Well, I failed to enroll in the beginning.
You hold yourself accountable.
No, that's what I'm saying, and I will own that. Own that. So that's
what I want everybody to know is,
like,
and I understand, guys. There's a lot of guys out there that are proud, right?
So
there's other veterans that deserve it more.
Willis,
I'm like,
hey, hang on, look in this camera and say, Willis, we're looking at you.
I don't know if I'm looking at you, Willis, but I'm going to let you know. A lot of guys I come across that say that there's other veterans that need it. No, motherfucker, you're the one that needs it just as much as the guy you're trying to say that needs it the most.
Okay.
Because you're the one that's struggling. You're the one that's in pain and stuff like that. You need to hold yourself accountable and help yourself. That way, instead of helping others, you help yourself first. Because if you can't help yourself, you can't help others.
There you go, Willis. Heard from my good buddy, Rob.
And he's a Marine, so I'm going to hold him to a higher standard, too.
I know. I try to feed him red crayons every now and then, but he doesn't always eat them.
And that's the one thing with me. When I come across a Marine, like, I literally have to go into drill instructor mode or, like, dude, what are you doing, dude? Like, and I understand there's situations that pop up.
Yeah.
Shit happens to all of us. But the thing is, are you going to self-pity? Are you going to do something about it or say fuck it?
Yeah. So I'm really proud he finally got enrolled.
Mm-hmm.
And he's finally starting the beginning stages. So, it's one of those things. He's been, happily married and has 2 kids, and he thinks, oh, I don't need it, or I don't, no, not this, no, not that.
And that's the thing. Don't think of yourself. Think about the 2 kids. Think about your wife, because they're way more.
That was my shame. Shame on me.
They're way more important than you.
Yeah. So
that's why my kids were always more important than me.
Yeah. So it was shame on me that I couldn't get into housing right away to be able to see them quicker than I could have otherwise. Yep. So, no, I'll own it. I'll own it 100%. But now that I'm in, and I now have a house and with a backyard, and
you're blessed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you held yourself accountable, and now you're blessed.
Yep.
And every veteran who needs to do that. So.
All right, buddy. Well, we'll go ahead and let you get out of here because I know you've been here since.
Cool, because my corns are hurting me right now. Because I've been out here since 4:45 this morning.
I know, and I was supposed to be out here, but I threw my back out last night, and I didn't get out here as quick as I did. So.
But you came out, so that's all that matters.
I did, and I absolutely love. Thank you so much for having me out here. I appreciate it.
No, you're welcome.
So, and shout out to Steve for taking care of me over at the hotel. And
yeah. Steve's my dude. He's a good dude.
Yeah, so
he's Army, but he's a good dude.
Ro tries to not hold it against me as well. I'm Army and Coast Guard. So
when I went in, the Army told me there's a slogan "Be all you could be."
Yeah.
So I saw the dress blues, went next door, became a Marine.
Oh, those dress blues are sharp. I was actually mad that I got out of the Army when they transferred over to the black and blues, because I was Class A greens. I kind of wish I had blue pants, but I don't. And then Coast Guard is, but.
Well, as soon as I found out they were panty droppers, I'm like, I'm getting them dress blues because that's what I want.
I love it. They are panty droppers. Yeah. They are. But you're not going to drop my panties. Try all you want, brother.
So
Willis and I talk about, there's one thing, and everyone that listens to this podcast will be disappointed if I don't say it. There's something different between you and I.
I'm taller.
My penis will always be bigger because I can buy one in the store.
I can buy one at a doctor's office.
You can buy the pump up.
There you go. All right, let me get out of here.
All right. Okay. Love you.
Love you.
All right. All right, getting ready to sign out here. But cannot tell you how awesome this event was today. Yes, I was a little late, and but it was just awesome. It was so cool to see how many people came out, supported 9/11. The flag was moving from 6 in the morning till 6 at night. So just awesome organization. Please look them up. I'll put some more information in the comments. And yeah, made some other great connections. Probably going to do some more podcasts off of that. But trip well worthwhile. So love you all. Take care. And as Willis and I say, stay safe out there. We got your 6.